Oh my god, it's not messed up. Hello, everybody. Hello. We have made it. Welcome to session 1 of the Three Kingdoms Ahlexria. We have had a bit of a rough start. Some issues, if you can't tell by connectivity as well. It is a little wonky. But we have shaken it up a little bit. We have freshened up our screen. And we have everybody here who is going to be here. We hope you all are excited and looking forward to this lovely journey that we're about to go on. Yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff planned. Story is going to be getting started, but first, we do have some chores and some work to get done. First of all, I'd like to just say thank you to all of our lovely artists who did put in the effort to make these characters. As you may notice as well, we have a central map in the middle of your screen. That big area up there, is no longer empty. It is now the lovely map that we are starting on. So you all can try to stay as engaged as possible. And in combat scenarios, we'll also be focusing on combat. Don't you worry. With that being said, though, we do have some shout-outs to give out to some lovely people today. And I'm going to just go ahead and pass that over to Dorian so he can let you all know what's going on.
What's up, everybody? So we have a couple shout-outs, of course, to go ahead and drop. We have first up, Fallout Mind. He is a D&D DM. He has a Discord, all that. He's on Start Playing. I've mentioned Start Playing before. It is an online website where you can play D&D, meet new people. If you've ever been interested in playing a TTRPG, because it's not just for D&D either, then that's the place to go. He runs a game that's based around basically like hunting vampires. It's called Hunters. I think he's currently trying to get up and running, so if you're interested in that, definitely the route to go. I'm gonna probably go find his Start Playing link and post it somewhere in chat so you guys can have easier access for that. But great partner, great guy. I used to play for him. Super inconsiderate. Love him. Second up, we have, of course, the lovely Sav. Don't even know if they're in here yet, but never got to give them a proper shout out from the last Sunday. Came in super lovely. Lets us, shout out our Discord and shout out our stream whenever in their space, and very loving community, great person. And I believe that is all for today specifically. I couldn't get one more. But yeah, I'm taking this off for today.
Alrighty. And I believe, since there was nothing to really recap last week, we will just be able to hop right on in. But of course, I want to give you all just a little quick reminder of who we're dealing with today. We have the lovely Miss Clover. Don't say hi or anything, that's fine.
Hi.
We have Luna.
Hello.
We have Sparky.
What's up?
Obviously, we have Dorian. And we also have Ricky.
It's good.
And we are all here for yet another lovely story. And we are going to be starting off specifically in a certain little tavern that we will be focusing on today. As we enter into the tavern of Pepitas, a nice little area that is in the town of Elmridge, where not much is super going on here. It is your very traditional starting town. very calm people, almost entirely ran by the elven populace or the occasional human here or there. Uh, this is where they're at. And we are going to be starting off by focusing on a certain fortune teller who is going to be doing some interacting as Belle. Give us your basic layout of, your normal run. What does it look like at your table?
All right, so I tend to have a table away from the door but near the front, and I have one small pile of cards. They're blue with traces of gold, and most of the time I got my brother with me, but right now he seems to be tending to something else, as I kind of just have a little bit of glow around me, some lights dancing around, just waiting for anyone to take up the offer.
All right. And as you are looking around, you do notice that there is a individual carrying a guitar who you have helped once before. As they come walking in, and Fervor, it's showtime, buddy. You walk into this bar.
Alright.
It's kind of empty.
Well, I'm gonna walk in very meekly, just kind of. Oh, good. There's not a lot of people here today. I hate crowds. That table looks fine. And I'm gonna walk across the tavern to to one of the booths in the corner, trying to make myself as small and as unnoticeable as possible. And I'm going to, as I sit down, I'm going to pull out a well-worn scroll. And to anybody, it just looks like a bunch of random dots and lines, but to me, it's very cherished.
All right.
And that's what I'm going to be doing.
As you do that, you notice that this half-elf woman, not looking too old, I'd say probably mid-20s, comes up to you. And she's like, "Well, hello there. Is there anything I could get for you?"
Yes, whatever. And anything that would, anything with a nice spice aftertaste, please.
Oh, of course. Well, we have a few things. I could get you a nice little spiced citrus tea that we have. We also have a nice cayenne log that we sell out. We also have a very wonderful seasoned chicken breast that we are selling.
Could I get the tea and the chicken, please?
Of course. We'll have that right out to you. As she goes, turns around, and bumps into a certain tiefling who probably didn't want to be bumped into at the moment. As Juniper, you got bumped into by this very rude waitress.
I mean, I'm not hard to see as I kind of move her out. Like, I just grab her by her shoulders and move her out of my way and immediately, like, elbow onto the bar, trying to catch the eye of the person I can order a drink from.
All right, yeah. You see that there is a older-looking half-elf. He kind of just looks a bit tired, baggy eyes, has golden blonde hair, and besides looking a little bit worn down, rather attractive looking. He's like, "Oh, hello there, ma'am."
3 shots, a chunk of bread, and an ale.
Right away. Shots of what?
The hardest, cheapest booze you have.
That's a bit contradictory, don't you think?
We'll go for cheap.
Very
Add
well.
2 more. 5. We'll do 5.
All
5
right.
shots, a chunk of bread, and an ale.
All right. Well, if you want the food, you're going to have to wait for Margaret to come back. She will be able to take your food order, but I will definitely go ahead and get started on those drinks for you. As he goes and turns around and starts grabbing different glasses, pouring you a mixture of drinks and getting you ready to, in theory, have a decent time. And speaking of a decent time, someone who's very clearly not is this, in quotes, human looking individual who walks in, big sword on his back, and a very straight face. As Vice, you step on up and into this tavern.
Got you. I just kind of take a look around, quickly just surveying what I see, and I'll walk up to the bar and get a drink or try to order a drink as passively and calmly as possible.
As you do so, the bartender's like, "Oh, one moment, please. I'm finishing up a few drinks." As he starts pouring a concoction into these 5-shot glasses. And
Just raise an eyebrow, you know. Okay.
yeah, he goes and grabs all 5 of them and hands them over to this tiefling that you see on the other side of the bar.
I'll glance over to look at Tiefling. What does she look like?
I am about 5'6", 5'7". I have lavender skin. My hair is kind of wavy and it's kind of right down the middle, as one side is down and it's wavy. It hits right above my shoulder, and the other side is in braids around a horn that comes out towards my forehead and then angles up. And then on the other side, kind of hidden, but you can see it, the other horn is completely missing, and you just see kind of like a little crackle of white that's going onto my skin. Dark eye makeup, a dark black lip, very like everything is black. If it can be like a dark leather, that's what I have on. I have 2 scimitars at my hips, and I have a whip that I wear across my body with the handle like right here, so that I can like really easily just pull it off and go.
Like I said, I'll look over at you and also just kind of, pull my head back. How often are tieflings seen around here?
In this specific town, it is a very rare sight. Specifically in, I guess, all of Ahlexria, due to its segregation-based ways, it's very hard to find mixed races of any kind. Like, if this is a place for elves and humans, it's a place for elves and humans. And that's it.
I was just kind of, you'll probably catch me staring a little too long. And at the moment I realized that I'm looking to break eye contact and go back to trying to order my drink. And when if you do end up noticing me, you'll see I stand around like 5'6", I would say. As he mentioned, huge sword on my back. Around I'll say darker skin tone than usual, brown, but it looks like it's missing it looks like it's missing a color, like it's missing something that makes skin look lively. So I look a little pale, even though I'm brown skinned. Do look a little pale. Hair is white, messy, and have horns almost in a similar fashion to you. So I have 2 of them. Maybe not as big, but they look, instead of looking fiendish, they look a little more animalistic, I would say. Obviously, wearing a fur jacket, kind of, or fur around the edge of the jacket. It's like a only thing I compare it to maybe like a bomber jacket. Comes up short, maybe like halfway up my torso. Just regular combat like pants and just combat boots. Pretty simple.
All right. And that's what you see, Juniper.
I'm too busy. I want to take the shots as soon as they're sat in front of me, and then as I take it and I turn it over, but noticing that you are staring at me, I am going to walk that direction after I have taken all 5 of my shots.
Gotcha. Probably still in the process of trying to get my drink. I'll just not even try and avoid eye contact if I do hear you coming. Oh shit. And I'll be trying to get my hands on something with a little kick to it, spicy almost. With some sort of bourbon or something, just brown liquor.
Yeah. Yeah, and the guy's like, all right, I'll get you our darkest ale. And he goes and catches you a draft. And he goes, places both ales down, one in front of you, one in front of, wow, why am I, Juniper, thank you. Wow, it is early in the campaign. Anyway, continuing on. He does place the drinks out to you guys, letting you all do what you need to do. And as you guys go and taking your drinks, watching all of this is, of course, going to be Belle, who is, kind of in the back with her table laid out. And Belle, you see as your brother comes walking in as Thatcher.
So he'll just kind of walk in. The doors definitely make a bit of noise whenever he goes inside the place. That's not going to bring too much attention because it probably happens more often than not. But he is going to kind of go straight towards Belle and just be like, no one interested in outside I could catch, but not those folk, but maybe seen those type of folk before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this kind of happens when we stay more than one day in places. But it's all right. We can see there seems to be like more foot traffic. Maybe, I don't know, maybe someone will like a reading still. I'm gonna kind of spread out and pick one up and kind of a little between my fingers. We'll find out. It'll be fine.
I could probably like get a couple of customers here and like get their attention, but I know you don't like when I do that.
Well, I like when they like see the lights and they think like, ooh, like it's fate rather than being grabbed and dragged.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand. Won't mind if I go get myself a couple of drinks, right?
Yeah, go get yourself something to drink, something to eat. I'll be fine. I'm just over here.
Just let me know if you need something.
Mhm.
All right. And with that, Thatcher will begin to walk towards the bar. And like not even saying a word, he's just gonna hold up 3 for 3 shots and sit down at the bar.
Cool. As you do that, it was like, well, looks like we're gonna be well off today. As he goes and pours 3 more shots and brings them over to you. He's like, are you with them? And he points over to the 2 individuals, I guess, next to each other?
Other horned individuals.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, that's kind of a generalization, my friend, but I might bring conversation over there. They seem interesting. And so he's gonna like take his shots and kind of like glide them to like the seat next to Juniper, and sit down and pop one and be like, "How you doing?"
I'm not drunk yet, and so not as good as I could be. You're gonna take all of those? As I motion at
Huh?
his 3 shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a slow day today. I want something to happen.
Okay. I'm gonna turn and towards Vice. I like your sword.
You're
You're
muted.
Muted.
Sorry. I'll turn my head and in like a surprise fashion and say, "Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I like your whip. I haven't really seen too many, honestly. It's kind of an uncommon weapon, but I'm sure that if you're carrying it, then it must be quite refreshing."
Pretty good. Does your sword have a name?
No, actually, never thought to do that.
You gotta name your sword. It goes everywhere with you. Kinda your best friend, right?
It's true. Perhaps,
I'm gonna-
perhaps I need to come up with one.
I'm gonna turn back towards Thatcher. I'm gonna try and clock whether or not he is still nursing his shots or if he has taken them.
By the time you're done with that bit, there's only one left that's empty. As he's been kind of, he's not like downing them one after the other. He's just kind of like taking breaks in between, observing. Probably at the moment when you look over, he is like looking out at the bar, like looking at different people. And the shot is left like there, so it does like. It's up to you to figure out if that's gonna be taken or not.
Is it still immediately in front of you, or did you slide it at all?
It is like right behind him, but yeah, as he just turned
Okay.
around.
I'm not gonna steal it. Yeah, I'm gonna look at Thatcher. You're kind of nursing it. Are you still gonna drink it?
Well, you kind of gotta let yourself feel it a bit instead of just and absolutely hit out of nowhere with it. But
See,
yeah,
I drink
almost
to
still
not
drink it.
feel. That's a different concept that you've got going on.
It's a fun concept. You should try it out sometime.
I like the not feeling. The not feeling works a lot better.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And with that,
What's your name?
I'm Juniper.
Name's
You?
Thatcher.
Hi, Thatcher. Has anybody seen the little elf that does food? Because apparently you got to do the 2 different things at the 2 different places.
as the waitress does come out of the kitchen with the food for Fervor. Fervor, she does come out with your tea, and she also comes out with your seasoned chicken breast, placed in front of you, and she's like, "All right, well, is there anything else I can get for you?"
No, at the moment, this is perfectly fine. Thank you.
Alrighty, no problem. Well, if you need anything else, just let me know, and also let me know whenever you are ready to pay. Or you could just pay at the bar at any time.
Alrighty. Thank you so much.
Of course. And she goes and walks over to the lovely Miss Bell. She's like, "Ma'am, is there anything I can get for you? You've been sitting at this table for a while now."
Yeah, I'm just taking, the time that you let me have trying to do this. Sure, I'll just take a little bit of bread if that's all right. Just a little bit of something.
Of course. We're actually going to be... It'll be the last loaf of the day, so we'll have it right out to you. She goes
Alright.
and walks back to the kitchen. And Juniper, you hear this.
I am going to walk over to Belle's table. Is it? And I'm just going to, if it's a chair that has like a back, I'm gonna flip it around and
Okay.
sit like crossed around it. So did I hear her say that you just ordered the last of the bread?
Yeah, do you want it? You can take it if you want.
I mean, are you gonna be able to, like, are you gonna eat something else?
Probably later. I was just being nice since I am taking up their time with the table and everything, you know?
You wanna split it? We could split it.
Sure, that sounds great. Did I do your reading yesterday?
I don't. By reading, you just, like, read a book? Is that what you mean?
No, the cards, and I just kind of grab one and turn it around. It's kind of blank when I show you the other side, but
I mean, it's just a card. There's no words on it. What do you mean?
would you like a reading?
Are you just gonna, like, read a Bible at me? What's
No,
happening?
ma'am. It's something like a little bit of seeing, a little bit of knowing your future, what's going on now. I help you understand something that's going on.
You can know the future? Can you know? Ooh,
It's
actually,
not exactly facts, but it can give you hints, and maybe might be facts in your head that make it understandable.
okay. I have some questions. Yes, you. I'll tell you what. We split the bread. I pay you for a reading, and I'll even throw in a. You want a nail or something? You want a drink?
Um, I mean, I guess sure. Here, let's get this started, and
By the
I'll
way,
take out
I'm
the card.
Juniper, and I reach a hand over.
Nice to meet you. My name's Belle, and
Bell, like a
let's get
ting ting ting, like that.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, as I pull out a spread of cards, go ahead and choose 3.
I take from the top, the middle, and the very last bottom card.
All right, face them down in front of you.
Flipped them.
And as I start focusing, the lights that were like dazzling around me kind of go away as I focus. Can you roll 2d20?
Oh, yes, I can.
First roll of the campaign. Let's go.
Yo.
A 15 and an 18.
Hold on. All right. Oh, all right. What have I done? Oh wait, there we go. Roll a percentile for me, please. As I turn over your first card, an image kind of starts to appear, and see 30. All right. As a image of 2 sticks that seem to have are slightly glowing appear on the card. All right. I almost forgot. Roll a d4.
3.
As it appears facing away from you.
Okay.
So it seems that in your past you've had difficulty avoiding risk, and just with your actions and not completely analyzing, but knowing what you need to do. And then turns over the next one. Please roll this 2d20.
Okay.
As the next one begins to apparate another image.
And that's a nat 20 and a 4.
Oh, right. Roll another. Nope. I know how this works. Roll another d4, please.
A 4.
4. As the next card apparates, a skeletal figure with wings stands in a graveyard, and it is facing you.
Okay.
It seems that now you're kind of working on it, a reflection of what needs to be done, and a reckoning seems to be coming soon. And we'll do your last one. Roll a 2d20.
Okay. 17 and 14.
All right.
Do you need a D4 as well?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna know how to do this soon. Number 1.
All right. So as the last one appears, it apparates an image of the moon that is facing away from you. It seems there might be need for clarity soon. There might be some misunderstandings in the future, but I think what'll end up happening is you'll overcome this fear and know what's the truth and what's a lie.
Okay.
And yep, that's the reading. And I kind of, as I grab the cards, the pictures kind of apparate back into plain, like blank pieces of cards.
I've never seen magic like this. This is pretty amazing, actually. All of that was pretty impressive. I'm not impressed easily. This is pretty awesome.
Well, thanks. That's kind of my whole shebang. And as I do shebang, it kind of glowy lights come back behind me.
I like you, Belle. I think we could have a good time together.
Well, thanks. I like you too. You seem nice.
I'm not nice. I'll just tell you straight up. But I'm nice to people who impress me, and I like you, so.
Oh, technically not.
It's a trap.
How much of this was visible to the well, like not visible, but easily overheard?
All of it. I'm just at basically the front of the tavern.
Right.
I have a feeling Thatcher would have pointed towards it if it got your attention. You'd be like, "Oh, that's my sister doing that magic right there. You should probably check it out."
Definitely would get my attention. When you point over there, I'd like take my last sip of my drink and start walking over there, and I like think about doing the same thing that Juniper did. I flipped the chair over, she flipping it around and then sitting on it. Then I, see that she did it, and kind of just like narrow my eyes and pull it out, and instead just lean back in it, and just watch it. Watch as everything unfolds, and then when you guys are done, I'll sit forward and say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how 1 to 10, how accurate are these, or how to the truth?
Well, I never get to see the future part as I travel a lot, but some people find the meanings of what finds its way out of my mouth makes sense for them from their past and what their present's holding.
These are
Why, you want
directly
one?
connected to magic, right?
I mean, I flip the card again, it being blank. Yeah.
And I'll I'll have like my hand ready, waiting for you to offer me
All right. And I spread them, the lights starting to dim again as I focus.
I'll do the first 3 from the top.
All right. Please roll your d20s and add them together. Add
Gotcha.
the 2 d20s together.
The 2d20s or the 3d20s?
2d20s. This is your first card that we're rolling for. I have a little table.
33.
33. Roll a percentile dice, please.
And that would be the 1d4.
No, the
No.
percentile, the 1d10 plus the double-digit percentile.
Yeah. The D100 and the D10.
Okay, but 45 and 8.
So it'd just be the 45 then.
45.
Alright.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
45. Alright. So, as I lay out the 3 cards, roll a d4 for me, please.
4.
Alright. I flip over the first one, and the blank card begins to apparate an image of 4 different wands with sharp tips at the ends of them and fancy handles, and it is facing towards you. It seems in your past there was some aggression, some conflicts going on, need for some sort of competition as peace was trying to find its way. And I'll flip the next card as the image begins to apparate. Please roll 2d20.
Three.
3?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Roll a 1d4, please.
4.
4. As the next card is flipped over and the image apparates to a man in robes holding a wand, and it's facing you. It seems now you have a desire for resourcefulness, skill, ability, need to concentrate. It seems quickly in the near future, an out, and will help you. And I'll flip the next one. The D20.
12.
And the D4, please.
1.
As this last one is turned over, there is a priest in holy clothing, surrounded by books, and he's facing away from you. It seems that there's some sort of rebellion in your future, use of new methods, something unconventional is coming this way, or your way. And you just need to make sure you don't find yourself ignorant to it. And I grab the cards and the images apparate, and
Almost
As
every
you
single
read.
one of these, I'm just like kind of just raising my eyebrows, in like shock because of how almost like on the nose they seem, bro. Like on the nose they feel, and in terms of a relation to me, and but specifically the first one is what kind of like kind of stood me still for a second. But after you take your cards back, I'll bow my head a little, and then go in my pocket and get 2 golds and put them on the table for you and slide them towards you.
thank you very much. And I slide them over and put them in a very small, very empty coin purse.
All right. With that, Fervor, you kind of overhear all this as you're like eating. By the way, food delicious. Best chicken you've ever had. Tea, immaculate.
Perfect.
Well, from what you've had for tavern food, you've
Right.
you could probably expect better if you went to like a professional, but
That means more people. I'm fine here. I don't like crowds.
well, you see one foreman not too far from you.
Cool. I'm not going.
Well,
I don't like loud being places. I don't.
well, unfortunately, you all notice as the front door of Pepita's swings open, and in comes a silver dragonborn. A very interesting sight for this place. She walks in, almost has like her airs on her, looking very proper and pristine. She walks around looking and notices the fire genasi by himself. Walks over and says, "Ah, hello there. You are a mercenary, no?"
Yes, I am.
Perfect. I need to hire you if you do not mind.
What's, may I ask what for?
I need to avenge my father and his death.
Okay. I'll reach into my bag and pull out a like parchment of paper, in like a little leather-bound book, and a quill and inkwell. Be like, all right, is there any other information that you can give? Any and all will be helpful.
Yes, I am hiring you to do guard work for me. You will be part of my party. We will go forth and find the assailant and kill them. Once we do so, you will be paid very handsomely.
All right. And you said with a party. Do you know how many?
I need roughly a group of 6, including myself.
Group of 6. All right. I can send word to the guild and see if I can have a couple of people headed this way to join us if you'd like. Or if you want, we can ask them.
What? She looks over. Were they here when I got here?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
interesting.
lean over, grab a fork full of chicken. Sit down the fork. Hiccup a little bit, hair will flare.
Excuse me, everyone who is of adventuring sorts here in this tavern.
Let's get Thatcher's attention for sure.
Please,
And,
come
I
here.
guess like a slight whistle to get Belle's attention too.
The whistle catches my attention, even though it wasn't directed towards me.
And he'll motion to come over here. And he'll walk up and be like, you said something about adventuring time? What's going on?
That is correct. I am looking for a group of mercenaries who are looking to get paid very well in exchange for being able to assist me in potential assassination.
Now, I can get behind that. A lot of money and some fun. But, Bale, I will leave that up to you. You are the person I'm guarding.
I mean, more stories are more stories,
Very well. And you other two, you did not approach when I specifically requested it. Please come.
I have spun and I'm looking, and I stand up and I walk over. Did I hear you have money?
That is correct.
How much?
A quite literal dragon sword.
I need a number.
I didn't count.
I don't think we
Okay.
can count that.
Last time I checked, she like looks around for a second, finds like a stool, grabs it, pulls it over. No. Finds another like actual like kind of sturdier chair, places the stool on top of it. No, you, the one with the sword.
I'll like stop leaning back in my chair and place it on the ground and raise an eyebrow.
I need you to come here real quick.
I'll get up and start walking over.
Can you stand on top of this stool? As she points to the stool that is on top of a chair.
If you need help getting up there, I can provide the assistance.
Okay. What would it be for? If you don't mind me asking?
Demonstration. I also need you to take your sword and hold it up as high as you can.
Well, how tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling's like most medieval infrastructure. They didn't really care
It's
much about
pretty-
it. It's pretty high vaulted.
Pretty high up there.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
it's about probably 30 feet up.
I'll look up, and I'd like to. I'll like look up and then look back down. What are you trying to give a demonstration of how much it is going to, or the amount of gold that it'll be?
I am giving a demonstration of how tall something is.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then I'll start trying to get up there,
As he's
and then
Good.
go ahead.
as
I was
he's
saying, and then if anybody tries to help me, I'll just be like,
I will.
I'm not
Like,
helping. I'm watching
yeah,
and
no.
kind of. I have a that like little smirk, just like watching you climb this thing. Like, go for it.
And then
Wow.
when I do get to the top, you guys will see me kind of bend my back a little, and then I'll get again huge sword and I'll take it off. But when you guys see me do it, you can tell it has weight to it. Like it's definitely not like made of just like metal that's not heavy. Definitely has weight to it because you hear me grunt for a second, but when I finally pull it out, I wave it like it's a normal sword, like it's like a normal 10-pound, 5-pound sword, and I just hold it up.
Roughly about that high, as it's about. How tall are you? Vice?
I'm 5'6".
5'6". So yeah, and the sword's roughly about your height as well.
I'd say it's probably like 6 or 7, maybe. It's
Okay.
pretty big.
Pretty big sword.
Pretty
So
big.
it's roughly about like 18 feet up. She's like roughly that high. And easily could feel this whole inn with platinum.
So Thatcher's like eyes become like in cartoony kind of like gold coins like at the thought of that much money. No, I think we
I
should definitely do these.
Finish the ale that I've been holding. I just slam the rest of it back, slam it down onto the counter, and be like, "I'm in. Let's go."
Wonderful.
Vice, puts his sword back and says, "Sorry, what?" And then I'll start trying to make my way down. And then when I realize how evil it is gonna be coming down, I just decide to just jump down.
As you do, the stool like falls over.
And when I finally catch myself, I'll just kind of like, just look at her in amazement. Like, I'm sorry, did you say platinum?
That is correct.
When do you need it done by?
We will be leaving in the morning. Or start
Do we have to
investigating.
Do we have to keep you alive in order to get it?
How else will you know where it is?
Yeah, that's my question. Is there any like reassurance that even if we lose you, if we complete it, we still get our money?
No. But here, as a down payment, and to ensure that you do keep me alive and know that I am to my word. She puts down 5 platinum in front of each of you.
5 each?
5 each.
That is immediately swiped and hidden in various places amongst myself.
Here you go.
Actually, just waves
I'm a
his hand
little,
over his pile, and they're just gone.
He said 5 platinum to each of us.
To each of you.
Okay, yeah. I'll also, like my eyes will just bug out, but I'll just reach over and, just kind of scoot it towards me. Put your hand in front of it, and just kind of scoot it towards you, and then I'll grab my other hand. And into my pocket.
I am going to grab the 5 that were set near me, set them off to the side, still jotting down the details and specifics of the job. All right, could you look this over and make sure that the job is correct, please? And I'm gonna pass it to the Silver Dragonborn.
She looks over it, just yes, this is correct. Here you go.
Okay.
Well, can we get a name, miss?
Oh, yes, of course. My name is Siandra Covant, but you may refer to me as Siandra, Miss Covant, however you prefer.
I will look up from the paper. Could you spell that, please?
Yes. It is SEA NDRA. And then Corvant is KORVAND.
All right. Thank you, Miss Siandra. Or Miss Corvant, my bad. Is there any specific location you would like us to meet you tomorrow?
We will reconvene here.
Okay.
However, I need a drink. And she just walks over to the bar.
Fair enough.
I need 7 shots.
I like you.
Well, I'll be.
She just places another platinum on the counter. It's like, have these pay for any drinks that they have purchased, as well as any food, and any drinks they may have for the rest of the night. The bar owner's like, yeah, of course, take whatever you want, whatever you need, you all are taken care of for the rest of the night. Oh my, he picks it up, his hand shaking. A real platinum piece. We could be closed for months.
And Thatcher's gonna slow turn to Juniper, like, you know what we're doing with that.
I don't know what you're doing, but I'm leaning over this bottle in about bar in 2 seconds and grabbing a bottle.
Oh, we're going to be grabbing 5. He's gonna be going over.
As I see her place down the platinum again, I'll just kind of look over at her and look her up and down. What is she wearing? Does she what vibe is she giving off in terms of background?
She is giving more like warrior princess vibes. Like she's wearing armor. She kind of is like, still making it look more regal looking. But, you know, kind of scraps of armor and whatnot. She does have her weapon at her hip, which is that of a spear. And yeah, she does not look very. She looks like she's trying to fill a part more than she could actually fill it.
Um, I'll kind of lean over the bar next to her, and I'll turn my head over to her. I'll say, if you don't mind me asking, what was the name of your father again?
The name of my father is known as Valinsavog. He was a silver dragon.
Would I have heard his name before, by any chance?
Give me a history check.
Absolutely. 14.
14. Not really. Though you do know from experience, or not maybe not experience, but you do know from like research that you have done in the past. Silver dragons are not notoriously like aggressive, but they are very big hoarders. So,
And she is a silver dragon, or she's a white dragon?
she is a silver dragonborn.
Silver dragon. I'll like I said, I'll look her up and down. I'm like, have these gears turning, and then I'll look to the door that she came from. Did she have any guards with her?
No, it's just her.
I'm sorry, did you say dragon was your father?
That is correct. Well, a dragon, but yes.
Yeah, I assume not all the dragons. Alright. Making sure I heard you right.
That is correct. And one day, I will find my own dragon, and we will have our own children. Lay our own eggs.
Where? I don't know if you've already said it, but where are you from?
I am from the south of here. It is a bit of a coastal region. It is not really known on any maps, but if you have ever heard of the Silver Tidings, that is where I am from.
Have I heard of Silver Titan?
Actually, yes. So Silver Tidings, funny enough, is in rumor, or not in rumor, in like legend and lore, the inspiration for the Silver Dawn.
Okay, I've heard. When she says Silver Tiding, the Silver Tiding is a kingdom, correct?
What was that?
Or is it a kingdom, or is it just like a?
It's more like a. I don't even remember. I failed geography. It's like it's an isle of islands that each one is kind of independently governed by different metallic dragons.
No, dragons. Okay. When she says that, my eyes get like a little bigger, and I'll say, to be honest with you, you're kind of setting off alarms in my head. Came here by yourself. You have item to offer. You obviously come from a place of money. Am I missing something here, or is it just as it is? I'm just like being as blank faced and as yeah.
It's just as straightforward as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I do not know what you are referring to. This is purely what I have come here to do. You are the first adventurers to be who I have met. I did not expect you all to be so welcoming, especially with how many towns I've come across who has just shooed me away. But as is life, you all seem eager to make money, and you have yet to ask me any major questions of anything that may be alarming to you. And you've already taken the money. That means you have to take the job.
Well, if you're fine with us asking questions, we don't mind investigating further. But we already taken the job. Obviously, we took the money.
Yeah, I'll hold myself to
So-
that. Popping a drink.
So you're not from like around here at all, then? Because you said that it seemed like the towns you're passing through were unfamiliar completely, like that kind of feeling of people pushing you away, or
Yes. It was very strange.
yeah, that's just kind of how it is around here. But yeah, when you need money, you need money. And it seems like it can be fun. You have any stories about your dad that you want to tell?
I do not see how that would be important to the current circumstance.
Well, it's, just nice to like tell stories, and I had a friend who just says that it helps them just feel them, if that makes sense. But if not, I don't want to push you. I was just wondering.
If it means you will be more encouraged to take the job, I can tell you a story. There is once a story that I had of my father, who once, this is actually quite comical, wiped out an entire army with just a single breath. It was very impressive. You would hear all the innocent people scream, "Oh no, we're dying!" And, watching them drown. I was but a hatchling at the time, but I remember it very vividly. And my father would lift me up and be like, "Oh, look at them, they are fools." And I would laugh, and it's very funny. But, it is what it is. And of course, when I say innocent, I mean innocent in the terms of they were not the dragon. But that is fine.
Yeah, you said army. I got it. You're good. That sounds amazing. That's a wonderful story. Very cool. And I'm just gonna kind of, not wander towards Thatcher.
How long ago was that? You don't remember this.
Oh, let's see. Well, I just hatched, so it was probably about 20 years ago.
When she says 20 years ago, I just kind of as I look at her, I just kind of chuckle. It just yeah, I just say understood.
Oh, I am sorry. I have completely forgotten. Where are my scaleless manners? What are your names?
Juniper. Vice. Hi. We talked earlier.
Juniper Vice. Understood.
Hi, I'm Belle, and this is my brother Thatcher.
He'll wave like halfway through another mug.
All right.
I'm Fervor from the Silver Dawn.
When you say Silver Dawn, Vice's gaze immediately goes straight towards you.
The second it does, like I'll shrink down, and then my hair will just flare. Because looking at him straight on, so looking at Fervor straight on, he seems like his clothes look very worse for wear, like used and abused, but also taken care of in a way. The bottom parts of his hair are constant, like little flicks of purple flame peering off of it. And when you look at me, and it's just out of the blue, almost the entirety of it all went to fire before shutting back down.
Gotcha.
Possibility of being tied to how he's currently feeling.
Right. In turn, when I turn towards you, I have a very human appearance, besides obviously the horns on my head. Very human appearance, but when I do look at you, for a split second, you could just write it off as maybe just like the way the light hit me, the way the torches are flickering. But for a split second, um, it almost looked like my pupils were slits, I would say. And there was like a hint of red to my eyes, and I'll kind of stand up as well when you say that. Um, and I'll narrow my eyes and say, "What are you doing here?"
Um, I'm wandering. I go wherever I'm needed to go. I was told by the guild master to head this way and hopefully meet up with a buddy of mine, but I haven't been able to find them yet.
A buddy of yours. What's your buddy's name?
Oh, my buddy's name is it's Cece. It's her code name. Like we all have code names based on our initials.
I'll um I'll just like I mean burning gaze. Like just like I'm trying to see through you, burning gaze. Not trying like I'm not breaking eye contact, looking directly at you.
I'm
Can I
not
get
looking
a
at your eyes at all.
Can
I
I get
have
a
at this point looked down.
I got you. Can I get a insight check?
On me?
Yes.
You want? All right. Okay. Let me. It's a 21.
21. Oh yeah, it's cooked. Probably got it. Yeah. I got a 15. Um, I'll just kind of like I said, just like just trying to look through you. Very intense face. Before like I had a very like I say this lax expression, lax body language, and I just got super tense. Very on edge, and then now I'm back to uh, back to being somewhat lax. I'll just sit back down and kind of lean back over the bar and say, "Never mind, man. I apologize."
It's okay. The second your eyes are off me, just sigh of relief. Just oh god. Oh.
All right. Alrighty. Does that mean you two know each other then?
I don't believe. Are would we? I don't think I know you at all.
I will say.
I think so. I would say no. I don't think I do.
I haven't seen him around the guild.
Alrighty then.
I don't. Yeah, no. Just know a couple people over there.
Alright. It seems there may be eggshells that are being stepped on. Is that the saying?
Something like that.
I think. Oh, but Miss Corvant.
Yes.
I'm real forgetful. This is, and I'll hold up 2 pieces of paper. This is your copy of the of the agreement as well.
She just grabs it and like kind of starts folding it up, and then she just kind of crumples the rest of it and just throws it into her bag. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just standard procedure.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
fold mine up nice and neat, put it into the notebook, put the notebook into the bag.
Gotcha. Well then, I am going to go and get hammered. You all do whatever these adventurers do. I will see you all in the morning. She goes over to the bar, grabs all 7 of her shots, and just like a freaking machine gun, just do. Takes them all in just like 5 seconds. Wicked precision, but yeah, that's what she's doing at the bar right now, and kind of leaves you 5 at the table.
Thatcher has also already made his way to the bar and has just like is taking advantage of the fact that he essentially has infinite alcohol at this very moment, and has not been paying attention to anything that's been going on between the party.
Fair enough. Clover, you're muted.
As if I'm still trying to come down from that. I just like I said, just kind of just staring ahead. And then I'll also reach over the bar and try and like get some type of dark liquor and stuff glass and take a shot.
All right.
Once the table becomes clear and...
Still muted.
Am I muted?
Not
I
you.
figured it
No,
out.
not you.
No, it's me. Like an idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, please go right ahead, ladies first.
They are all getting their booze. I want to clock around the rest of like the patrons that are in this bar. Like how many more people are there?
There's like maybe 3 more that aren't specifically the party.
Okay.
And they're like 2 old men that are extremely drunk and like they're just making noises sounding like they're talking, but really they're just not even here.
Okay.
And then the other person, the other patron, is just like this little girl, probably around like 6 years old, who has been throwing back a lot of steins.
I could make that my business, but I really don't want to. And I turn around and Vice, you have a bottle in front of you, right?
Yes.
I'm going to lean over, grab the bottle, slide it, get one of the empty shot glasses that I had, pour myself a shot, and then like slide it back, and then lean over the bar and see if like what's grabbable that looks the fullest. I don't care what it is. I just want the heaviest bottle.
All right. Yeah, cool. You just grab this giant like bottle. It's like more like a jug of just
Good.
like handmade ube moonshine.
Awesome. I grab that, and then I take it back, and I'm gonna sit at the table that I was at earlier, where Belle was, with one of the empty shot glasses that I just took, with the bottle that I grabbed from Vice, and I'm gonna go sit at the table and take some shots of this moonshine.
All right. Cool. There you go.
I'll turn around after taking my sip, and just kind of making sure that my back is not facing the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's facing everyone else but except the door, and then I'll like look for the most open space to where or the most open area to where it would be more beneficial for what I'm trying to go for. Basically, I'm trying to keep an eye on the door,
Okay.
or keep an eye on where I am.
Gotcha. Yeah, you are more than welcome to do so. There's actually a nice spot kind of near the back end of the bar
Mhm.
that, like, your back would be up against that back wall, but you have straight view of the entryway.
Absolutely. That's where I'll go over and I'll take the bottle with me. And as I'm walking over, I'll say in a loud voice, I'll say, so where's everybody from?
The merciful.
Around.
Yeah.
South.
We hop from place to place. We ain't exactly from somewhere. I'm agree.
Feel that? Same here. You guys have where you call home?
The road.
Road to get into.
Other than the guild hall.
Is the child continuing to just take a lot of drinks?
Oh yeah.
And they're serving the child?
Oh yeah. There's no law against it.
I guess there isn't. I guess there isn't.
Well, sounds like a whole lot of not my issue.
The prohibition hasn't happened yet and won't happen for at least another 1,000 years.
It doesn't.
Ezra is taking it as a challenge that that little girl is almost out drinking him.
Once my table clears, and I have more room again, I'm gonna pull out that original weathered scroll, and it's gonna sound really demeaning. Would anyone here know what a sexton is?
Yes, I know what I mean, above table I do.
Your character.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
what?
I think so.
A sexton.
It's a measuring tool used in charts.
I don't know how to use it, but I think I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like that person at church. Okay.
No.
A sexton is used to measure trajectory.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it before. I've
Mhm.
never known what it was.
Simple
I've seen
enough.
it before though.
I am I have pulled out one of those and various other tools, and I'm just messing around with this scroll in front of me, just enthused in it.
All right. Wonderful.
Alright.
Good.
I'm gonna walk around and ask everyone a question. Belle seems to be not eating or drinking at all. She's just kind of vibing and walking around the bar now at this point. She left her cards where our table where she was reading. And along with a cup of water or something. And goes over to River and doesn't touch the table but kind of leans over.
Mm-hmm.
So are you cracking something with that?
So I didn't hear you approach. I was too enthused. So I will jump.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's a star map.
Oh, cool.
I jot my journeys by the stars. And getting a closer look at him, across his gray skin, specifically from the side that you're seeing on his right arm, and probably about half of his chest, you'll see little brand marks and lines that you might not know what they are.
Cool. Do you work with stars and stuff? They guide you?
Yeah. It's my favorite it's my favorite pastime is looking up at the clear night sky.
That's awesome. Yeah, everyone's got what they like to do.
right? I noticed you like your cards.
Yeah, I right up with them. Oh, and I walk over to um Juniper and go, I left these here. Um, what do you like to do for fun? Looking at Juniper.
Uh, I'm doing it. I drink and I fight. I'm really good at both of those. And the other one, you don't seem to give off the vibe of somebody who would be comfortable with me talking about it.
Is it sex?
It's sex. I like a lot
Yeah,
of sex. I like a
I try
lot
my
of
best to.
dirty sex.
Yeah,
Mood.
everyone's got their hobbies. I already know yours. Kind of tips Thatcher's hat a little, and looks over at Vice as I return to standing and hovering over Fervor. What about you? What's your hobby?
Um, as if like genuinely shocked by the question. I just like like I like kind of do that. Um, and just get kind of like frozen. Um, and I'll say, I guess getting better. I also like I've dwelled in a lot of that, I would say. Um, but my main pastime was if it wasn't tracking down monsters, then it was fighting. Not really
Makes
much
sense.
else to me. I've never really thought about picking up a hobby, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, I also do some knitting, and I'm sorry. You should say what your hobby is too, so they get to know you, Thatcher.
I was about to say he like adjust his hat to look back to like not cover his eyes anymore. Uh, yeah. I do a bit of tinkering on the side. I do a bit of work. Uh, but if I'm not tinkering and if I'm not drinking, or eating, of course, usually just hanging around and spotting people. So I do got a quick hand that I used to try out a bunch. Uh, Missing a few goal points or something, just come towards me and I probably have him. He's gonna like get like another half of a freaking mug down.
All right.
There we go. Now we all know each other a little more. And I'll walk back over to Fervor and like a little further this time, not to scare them, but still hovering, kind of watching, very interested in stars. Just like, because it's pretty.
I'd say after about. I'd say by this point, considering you scared me the first time, I would be a little more on guard and listening. So I think it'd be obvious to hear you approach on a wooden floor.
Yeah, as her like cowgirl boots kind of like, they're not quiet.
Okay. Without looking up and still measuring, you can sit down if you'd like.
Oh,
I,
thanks.
I'm not I'm not going to burn you. Try as I
Adam.
might.
Sit down as ladylike as I can.
And
Um,
good. As you guys are kind of, drinking and whatnot, the little 6-year-old girl just kind of walks behind the bar, grabs just a fresh bottle of red wine, and just walks back over to the corner, uncorks it like a pro, and then just starts drinking from it.
I'm I'm beginning to
Okay.
think that is not a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I will go ahead and after saying this, it's like okay, it gets to a point. I'll stand up, and kind of like trail her as she starts going over, and the moment she pops it open and she starts to drink from it, I'll let her get like gulps in, and then I'll grab the back of the bottle from behind her and kind of tip it forward, trying to unpry it from her hands and say, "Okay, all right, come on."
Hey, yeah, That's mine. You bet.
Yeah, I got you. Think it's time to cut you off. Where are your now? Look around. Where are your parents?
Uh, the store probably. That's where they're all the time. Store. Give me back my wine.
No, I think it's about time you tuck it in. Unfortunately. What time is it outside right now?
Probably about like. It's definitely nighttime. I'd say probably closer to like 9 p.m.
Okay. I'll say it's dark outside. I think it's time. Okay. Cut you off. And then I'll put the top back on and place it back over the counter. And I'll say I'll get on one knee and I'll say you sit there at the store. What store are you referring to?
The treasure store. This is where they work.
Um, you okay if I take you there so that we can get you in bed?
I don't need you. I can walk myself. Okay. I
Absolutely.
am this many.
Right. No, I absolutely. You're more than welcome to walk. Is it okay if I shout out you like a bodyguard? You're an important person.
Obviously I'm so important. You just yeah. Okay. Pick me up.
I'll kind of just like, and then I'll go ahead and get her, and I'll like crate her like she's a baby, like hold her like this.
Yeah. As soon as you do, she is out.
Good. I just kind of sigh and say, I'll be right back. I got some people to kill, and then I'll put her on my shoulder. Like I kind of like go under her legs and hold her like this, and I'll start walking.
All right.
Wait, did you say that you're gonna go? I want to go fight. Don't leave me. I want to go. Like, that sounds funner than being here. And I'm gonna trail behind you as you are leaving.
I'm gonna follow behind for a completely different purpose.
In- Yeah, I was just saying, invested in what's happening to the child, kind of also trail.
Okay.
Now,
Seeing
we have
my sister head out, I'll be like, hey, what's going on? And then follow.
This is what the party does. Their first night together. Escort a drunk 6-year-old home.
No, we're gonna go fight some parents.
Fight some parents.
Okay.
I'm going to the side of the
With
building to
words?
look at the stars. Fuck y'all.
I'm just going outside.
You go, and you see that the stall, the Timeless Treasures, is currently closed. However, you do see that there's this woman who looks just absolutely ragged, kind of walking over to a nearby house and going inside of it.
How, does the woman look in any fashion similar to the little girl?
Yes, she has similar hair color.
A little bit of profiling, but gonna follow.
Sorry, their toenails are the same. What the fuck do you want me to say?
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
There we
That's
go.
That's the info I'm here for.
But they go, yeah. You follow them to this door. You do walk across, like the hard stone pavement, and as you do, you kind of notice how quiet it is to the point where you are hearing the click of your heels on the stone. And the entire town is kind of in a hush, making it a little eerie as you are walking through. You get to the front door.
Kind of,
Was that? No, good.
kind of breaking the silence and with the dark, little motes, they almost look like fun little sprites appear around as I cast dancing light.
All right.
It's a little spooky. I don't like it.
A little spoopy. Cool. You.
A little ways behind. I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I
Go
didn't mean
ahead.
to interrupt.
Go ahead.
A little ways behind, there's just an eerie purple glow. As if y'all look back, my hair is just.
All right. Cool.
Why are we following him right now? What's going on?
Child.
What's the chat? Oh, okay.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll just go up to the
Go up to the door.
door. Yeah.
Okay. You knock on it, and you see another child opens the door. This one is a young boy. I'd say he's close to like the age of 12. He's like, hello, can I help you?
As I'm just sitting here, holding the girl. I just I'm like looking straight ahead with my eyes narrowed, and I'll just like look down at the 12-year-old and I'll say, "You got some parents home? You got somebody under here?"
Yeah, our mom just got home. Is that Luann? Was she at the bar again?
Yes.
He like reaches up to like take her from you.
I will. I'll reach to give her to him, but then I'll stop halfway and I'll say, "Just one moment. Just go get her from her real quick, and I'll give it to you."
Okay. He looks back and he's like, "Hey guys, we have company. Make sure you guys aren't destroying the house." And you like, if you like look in a little bit, you see that there are 12 kids in here. And he's like, "Mom, you have a visitor. They brought Luann back home." And this woman comes, to the best of her ability, running to the door. She, like, you notice as she's kind of running, she does have like a bit of a like limp to when she like gets there. She is skin and bones from what you can tell. Her face is hollow, her like hands withered. She's like, "Oh my god, I am so sorry. I told her to stay home. I don't know why she keeps going back to the bar. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if she caused any trouble."
Speechless about what he's looking at. I just like stare at her, just like deadpan. Do all of the kids, all 12 of the kids, look like her?
No. So the only one who does is Luann, the child in your hands. And then there are two others that look like they could be twins of Luann. One's a boy, the other one's a girl that looks identical. Another feature that you would notice with all the kids is they all look pretty healthy.
I'll including Luann.
Including Luann.
I'll after putting together a theory, I'll look her in the eyes and I'll say, "Are you her mother?"
I am. I'm really sorry about what happened. She didn't cause you all any trouble, did she?
No, she didn't do anything. She was just drinking a lot.
I'll be out of drinking me, honestly.
I'm so sorry. She picked up that habit from her father. But I'm trying my best to make sure she stops. It's not healthy for her, especially not at her age.
I agree. Don't mind me intruding, but are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just had to work an extra shift again today. But it's worth it. The kids get to be fed, and they have a place to stay. So that's it's worth more than anything.
The last time you ate.
I ate recently.
Can I get an insight check?
I'm about to say.
Okay. Only
There you
insight
go.
check is Vice, as Vice is the one engaged in conversation.
There's the whole party just gets on the inside check. It's just like, we need to make
Not
sure
Juniper.
she's
Juniper
eating.
doesn't care.
Juniper's like, oh man, we're not killing her.
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought we were gonna slit some throats.
Right. 18.
18. And kind of looking at her, the way she's like mannerisms and how she's holding herself, she's lying about how recent it was. But you could tell it's kind of more of a pride thing than.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say, are you the only person? Are you the only person taking care of them?
Yes. It used to be my husband, but then there was the draft going on for the war that was happening as they were trying to take over the land of Drazmira. That was about 5 years ago.
Are the rest of them orphans?
Yes, if it was, they were children of friends of my husband that would have gone to war as well, and they also haven't returned, and the other parent either died or gave up hope or worse. And I couldn't just watch them suffer. So
I still just kind of just sit there and just stare at her in awe, being able to work enough to not only feed 12 kids, but to feed them 12 kids and make them, look relatively healthy. Not a crazy feat. Well, that is a very crazy feat.
not crazy at all.
No, not crazy at all. Light work, really. Light work.
Why is she not taking care of herself? This is easy.
Dude, easy. But no, I absolutely just like I said, look at her in awe, and I just say, I'm going to give you her back, of course. But I would like it if you accepted from something from me. Is it okay?
Okay. Sure.
What was the boy's name?
You didn't get a name.
I was talking to her.
Oh,
Like,
so I'm sorry. She's like,
yeah.
his name is Theo.
Can you call Theo over here for me?
Of course. Theo. Yeah. The nice man would like to talk with you. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. How
what
can
do
I
you-
help
Oh, go ahead.
you? He comes up and he's like, how can I help you, sir?
When he comes up, I'll reach to give him what's her name again? The little girls.
Luann.
Luann. I'm about to say Leanne, but Luann. I reach to give him a Luann, and I'll say, as I give it to him, give her to him, I'm going to reach in my pocket, and the 5 platinum that I just got,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hand over to her. I'm going to say, um, I'm not from this area. Um, I'm not. I'm not very good with things like this. I'm not very emotionally intact, I would say. But I used to be one of them. I didn't come from somewhere where I could have someone take care of me.
She
And seeing you not only bust your butt to take care of the 12 kids that I see, or that I'm able to count, there may be more, and sacrifice your own health in order to do so means a lot to me, because you were someone that I wish I had. It's the only way that I know to thank you for that. And like I said, as I give it to her, I get her hand and I place it in there and I close it.
she takes it. She's like, holding back tears. You can feel her like shaking as she like looks at what it is, and tears just start rolling down her face, and she falls to her knees just crying, just so hard, feeling like a huge burden hasn't necessarily been lifted but has been eased on her shoulders. Effectively, you just gave her $1 million and said, "Hey, good job." She doesn't know what to do besides just crying. He's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." I, I she's just speechless. She doesn't know what is going on. She just like hugs your legs as she just doesn't know how else to respond.
When she goes to hug my leg, I'll like kind of like go like that, like I'll like go back,
Mm-hmm.
and then you guys will see Vice eyebrows like raised, and and you will see me look back as if I'm looking for someone. To have like I have an almost like scared expression on my face. And then I'll like I said, I'll just like kind of reassure her, like, it's okay, okay, and I'll try and separate her from holding my leg,
Mm-hmm.
and then instead just give her a rub on the back and say, it's okay, it's fine, it's okay, and attempt to calm her down.
She looks up to you. Thank you for all of this. I'm going to be able to put them through school and make sure that they're taken care of, and this just means so much to have. I pray that the gods watch over you and make sure that your journey goes the way that it needs to go. And if you ever need anything, if whatever I can do, you are more than welcome here.
Actually, I might get back to you. How big is the house?
It is not very big. It's probably roughly around 600 square feet. Like it's small. Like there's a bedroom, and you could see that there's a cot, like a singular cot that's off in like the living area, presumably where the mother sleeps.
I'll I'll take a look at everything and I'll say, if I'm being honest with you, I don't think that this is all that I should do. because again, you are an extraordinary human being. But I have something that I would like to do, but I need to make funds first. And I think I'm gonna try and come back. Work on something. Can't tell you what though. Everything to fall in place for me to perish. But I think that's something that we can work out, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I'll be back.
She's like, okay. And
And please go get something to eat, and I'll give her like 2 gold for her person to go eat.
okay, yeah. And she just takes it and she nods and thanks you, and she looks and sees that the food vendor is just about to close up, and she quickly runs out to the stall to go and buy some food.
As she does that, I'm gonna walk up next to Dorian, of which Vice, and just like pat him on the shoulder. It's like, yo, that's a good man, and like reach his hand out for a handshake. You know,
I'll
that's something great.
I'll accept the handshake, and I'll say,
Roll perception for me.
okay. A nat 20, plus 2, so a 22.
You manage to hear a couple of clinks into your gold bag, and his tail kind of retreat away the moment your eyes dart down. Add 2 platinum and 2 gold into your inventory.
As a okay, I just kind of like look at you in shock. I'm like, okay, I really appreciate it. And like, I'll give you like a firmer handshake and put my hand on your shoulder and like, as I should.
Yeah. There needs to be more people, like that, doing that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we can be that kind of people with the money that this venture is gonna get us. All that. If a hoard that big, doesn't have to all be ours. Though I imagine some people just want to keep their share. And I'm gonna nod at Jupiter.
Absolutely. And I don't mean to come off as some, high horse hero type, crazy, by the book type of person. It's just this particular.
Oh, you did something good.
Situation.
That's all it is.
Right. Just this particular situation hit home a little harder than it should have. But still, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problems. I mean, I ain't have one going by much anyways, besides some drinks, so I feel like you're a lot better at spending your money. You showed me that right there.
Could I jump in as well, DM?
Yeah.
While this interaction is going on, can I approach the door and kind of like call out? Is the little boy still standing there?
He just went upstairs to.
Okay.
So probably not.
Okay. Is there any kids visible?
Yeah, there's still about 12 other kids. Because keep in mind, this one had 14 children.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna call out to one of them and be like, hey, come here.
You see this like 8-year-old boy come up. He's orc in nature. Comes up. He's like, yeah. What do you need?
Bring your siblings. I got something cool to show you.
Okay. Hey guys, come on. The nice man stranger's inviting us outside to go with him.
And the kids are all just like, yeah. They all go outside with you.
Oh no, I'm in the doorway. They don't have to come out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's all good. You want to see? You want to see something cool?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna hold out my. I need to close the chat. I'm gonna hold out my arm, my right arm, and the 10 different brands forming a. To anybody who knows the stars, it's a constellation, and from each dot of each like star will bloom a little flower with a small palm-sized berry on it.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm a cast Goodberry to give to the kids to make sure that everyone eats, and I will cast it as much as I need to.
Okay. Yeah. And all the kids will get a good berry. You'll cast it twice.
Yes, and then any excess I will leave. I'm just checking off 2 spell slots. Any excess I will have them set in a basket
Okay.
to hopefully have their mom as well for the mother.
Mhm.
And then I will just kind of slink slowly back to, ironically, beside Belle.
Okay.
I throw my hands up into the air. Well, I guess we're not fighting, and I'm not drinking, so I better go do the other only thing I like. And as I walk into the papitas again, and it cuts off what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Hey, who wants the door closes?
Yeah.
Belle's kind of sitting there looking kind of concerned at Vice. And like around Vice, not directly at Vice. And is this town very crowded?
No.
No?
I'd say it's roughly about the same as your old town.
Alright.
So, not super full, but populated.
Were
I
you
just kind of. Oh, good.
I'm about to say, were you looking for something? When you looked at me?
It's less of looking for something and looking at something, I think.
Do I know, are you is something like this apparent, or are you just kind of just side eyeing me?
I think as you're like facing Thatcher, it's very obvious. She's not hiding anything. She's
Right.
just looking at you like.
Gotcha. I'll as like I said, me and Thatcher are friends, and I I just feel eyes peering into me. I'll look over at you, and I'll just kind of looking at you with a confused expression, like what, and I'll just I'll have an assumption, it look like I have like a theory, and I'll just probably not. Just pay no mind.
As you do, I just kind of mutter something, and one of my cards kind of flip around, and it has it says story of haunted, and goes back to the other side of my hand, and just keeping track of my stories is all. Sorry. So are we gonna? I guess we should wait for their mama to come back, right? Or we just leave all the children.
What is she
I'm gonna
in
send
the
my.
room?
She is literally within sight. She is actually on her way back,
Or
as
way back? Okay.
she is bringing back a few loaves of bread.
I'll say, I kind of nod my head towards her direction. And say,
All right.
Well,
there she is.
just you have a lovely home, and they're all very kind. Gesturing towards the children. Hope with the help you'll be able to do what you need to do. And just kind of like not like escorts, but walks with kind of walks away and walks with her to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just kind of bringing the lights over, dancing around.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Quick question. I don't mean to intrude.
Go for it.
You mentioned she had a limp earlier.
She does.
Is there a way to at a glance see if it's just from exhaustion or maybe a possible injury?
You can give me a medicine check.
Okay, I will most definitely do. That is a 6. I doubt it. Oh, that's actually a natural 1. Whoops.
No, well, yeah. You just can't get a read on it.
Okay. It's probably exhaustion.
Yeah.
Well, have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You all too. You've really made all of these kids very happy. I appreciate it.
And again, thank you for everything. Everything that's coming your way, you absolutely.
I hope fortune smiles upon you. All of you.
Thank
And
you.
what
My thanks.
The kids.
That's out my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak up after nodding. The kids do have as well something for you that's a little bit more fulfilling and sweet than a loaf of bread.
Thank you. I will. I'm sure they will let me know. She smiles softly at you all. And you could tell that, like, even through her exhaustion, she is experiencing genuine joy. As like you see a little color come to her cheeks. She's like, "Safe travels to all of you." And she just smiles and lightly closes the door.
I'll
Alright.
turn around and
The
say,
door's closed.
I'll turn around and say, are we? Do you ever figure out where we're supposed to be sleeping?
I mean, we could get a room at Pepita's, right? That's a tavern. It's a tavern, right?
It's a
Looking
tavern.
over at Belt. Okay.
That's a tavern.
You do be a tavern.
Oh yeah, we could just get a room at Pepita's, or something like that. Though we need to share a drink or something. I need to hear some of your story right there, because that is some interesting. I don't even know what makes you the good man that you just did right there. You know what I mean? I need to hear that story.
Not much I can tell, but we can work something out, and then I'll start heading towards the tavern.
Mm-hmm. And as you all begin to head back to the tavern, you all will take a, you'll get rooms, which is still paid for by the 1 platinum that was put down for you all, so no need to pay for it. And you all will be able to get some rest, be it, through drinking or juniper things. You all will get a long rest. And the players and I will be getting a quick short rest, as we will be going into a quick little intermission, if you don't mind, everybody. We will be back in, let's say, 7 minutes. We'll come back and continue
7 minutes
the
is all I
story.
can spare to play with you.
So, we hope to see you all again relatively soon. So, BRB, everybody. And we are back, everybody. Sorry for the little wait. Some of us couldn't hold it for the rest of the session, but we are back.
Now I need its Oreos.
And after a long rest, you all wake up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning of Pepitas, or at Pepitas. Yeah. You wake up to the smell of food cooking, and maybe in some people's cases with Rando in their bed, or in Rando's bed. I don't know. I ain't telling you how to live your life.
I would not take someone back to my room. I would go to their room so that I could leave as soon as I wanted to.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, with that, you know what? This is a great time. What is everybody's morning ritual?
Hair of the dog.
We go in order. Do we go in order or?
Yeah, we'll go in order.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with.
Good.
Good.
Me?
I was gonna say, let's have it be Juniper. Juniper will be first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The lady up there.
Juniper is waking up, just kind of like rubbing her face, slapping herself a little bit, stands up, and then because I have the jug of booze that I took last night, just taking a couple of good glugs just to kind of get that nice fuzzy feeling going, just a little bit of fuzz, capping it back on, and then because I know that I have stuff to do, I'm going down to the main bar area to see if I'm the first one or not, and otherwise just packing up and getting ready because I want to go and get this done.
All right. Next up, we have Belle.
Alright, kind of wakes up for the day and runs my fingers through my hair, braiding it, and then does like a small reading, gathers the cards, and dust myself off and head out.
All right. Fervor.
I'm going to lift my head off of the bed. To anybody else, the pillow is very weird. it's silver. And like literally seconds after I get up and like stretch, the hair will just reignite. There is a little bit of like a black spot on the bed itself, and I just like, darn, no, not again. And then I will, I will just pull down the, I guess, yeah. I'll just pack up and stretch and get ready. And for the time, it'd probably be like almost right as daybreak hits. So like right as the sun is coming up, because I get up rather early. And then I'll just be downstairs, let the tavern keeper person know that I just burn a hole in their bed.
Okay.
And that's my morning ritual.
Love it. Vice.
I would say that I would be the first person that, well, the person that Clover was seeing. If I was the first person to wake up, try to wake up as early as possible. Definitely gonna be you said there's food in the main hall.
Yes,
So,
they
like,
put
like
food. They lay it out on the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll so y'all go down there with the equivalent of a wife beater.
Okay.
And my bags and everything. Don't have anything special to pack. Clothes are like my jacket and my shirt and everything are gonna still be in my room. So back up there when I'm done eating. Um, but yeah, just like I said, just wake up, stretch, um, do some push-ups or something. Some type of regulation to get my blood flowing. Get some workout to get blood flowing. I'm also gonna go to the mirror and just kind of stare for a second. Um, open my mouth. Maybe get close to the mirror to make sure I don't have any scales growing, or making sure that my nothing apparent
Mm-hmm.
is popping out of me. Make sure I didn't do anything bad. Make sure I didn't do anything to worsen what I
Mm-hmm.
have going on. I'm also going to check my rank
Okay.
to make sure that it hasn't gotten any darker or anything like that. And then, like I said, just go ahead, head down there, feed her and all, and just throw a scarf and down some food.
Okay. And Thatcher.
I'm probably gonna wake up at the butt crack of dawn, and just begin my much longer morning ritual where I like decide to take out my tinker's tools, take out my weapon, and kind of pick it apart and rebuild it again. And it's just sort of his way of kind of like clearing his head and preparing himself for the day, like get some energy out so that way
Mm-hmm.
when he walks out he's gonna be like nice and awake. And so by the time he's done with that, he's heard other people go past his room, and he'll get up and get all fully equipped, uh, put his uh, put his gun in its holster and put on his trench coat,
Mm-hmm.
cowboy hat, shine his horns, and walk out the door and walk downstairs to everybody already being down there.
All right. And as you do see that the whole crew is here, um, except for Miss Corvant, who is not present at the moment. But that gives you plenty of time to, eat up, discuss whatever you need to plan, or I guess just talk about for a few moments before she appears and arrives. So,
When everyone comes down and you see Vice, um, obviously you see that he has an open like shirt on. But you guys notice, number one, he has a gold ring on, specifically on the ring finger, that has a darker steel touch on it. It's mainly gold, but there are some parts of it that it look darker than the rest of the ring, I would say. And in a similar fashion to like stretch marks, almost, on his shoulders and along his arms. They look like stretch marks at first, but as maybe you sit next to them, as you pass them, you'll see that they look more similar to cracks, or more similar to scars, like parts of his skin had opened and then they were like cauterized to seal them back to how they were supposed to be.
Well, Thatcher, I imagine the conversation wouldn't be too much due to the food probably being really nice, but Thatcher will open up conversation between the party. Be like, so, before we go on something like this, has any of you faced anything like a dragon before?
No.
I also
Uh,
don't think they're find a dragon.
Uh, a This entire time you guys have seen Vice, um, he's always tried to keep like a very composed, mellow, um, kind of like flat board type of presentation in terms of how he presents himself, and how he acts. But the moment you ask if you ask something about a dragon, I'll say he'd be like sipping something, and then he'll almost spit it out. He'll almost spit it out. And he'll catch himself before he does, and then put it down and say, no, I don't think so.
All right. So I imagine we kind of gotta figure out how we're gonna be doing that, because if we don't got that level of thing figured out, did we just like switch around a little bit? uh,
I was the DM.
Shh. Keep going.
Sorry, connection issues.
but if it's not, it's because that's what it sounds like we're gonna be fighting. So we all need to figure something out. If we're like read a few books, figure out how we fight a dragon, because none of us have that experience. We definitely need to go in with it, at least something close to it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I will nod.
I mean, I have Stacy and Camille, and I unsheath both of my swords. That's pretty much all I need to know. Stab, dead, easy, and then I put them back in.
Well, do you know where to stay up a dragon?
In its soft parts,
You know where those are?
no.
Then we need to figure out where those are. You get what I'm saying?
You do
I'll,
that, and I just like continue to eat.
All right.
Do I know any immediate information about dragons, or is it just like a complete mystery to me?
You know general information on dragons. I wouldn't say anything like super specific, like based off of like color or anything, but you do know
Right.
enough about what they are, what they do.
Right. Maybe I haven't heard anything from the people I used to be associated with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll speak up for a second, and I'll say, they definitely aren't a joke. They just aren't. If I was to say anything, none of us currently, even if we had, I'd say, 5 other very capable adventurers around our level, if we were to go against even an adolescent one, we probably wouldn't fare easily. We probably wouldn't fare well. Being dead honest with you, I know some people who dealt with them before, and that's just from what I'm able to gather, or from what I'm able to recall. That's the general vibe that I remember. So if we're going to be dealing with them, probably need to know how to get away, if anything. But if we have our backs against the wall, then having extra information wouldn't hurt.
I mean,
Now-
Mrs. Corvant, she is from, like, she would seem like she would probably know. She has family, and we could just ask her when she gets here.
Well, yeah, we could ask her and see if she has a way for us to get that information, or for us to at least train in any way to like improve our chances. You know what I mean? Because I've gone through some heinous stuff before, but a dragon is a dragon, and that's ain't nothing like what I've run into at all in my life. And I know Black Powder, and that's what I fight with. He's gonna like very like subtly show off his firearm. I fight with this. They say legend that's supposed to be able to handle dragons like they're nothing, but nah, it is gonna be a lot harder than that.
If anything, it's something that we could, like I said before, talk to her about.
Mhm.
But I think if it comes down to get that figured out on the way there, because I want to get started as soon as possible.
All right.
A good idea.
And she, Miss Sandra Corvant, would come out of her room. And she is like wearing pajamas, very tired, like rubbing her eye. She's like, "Oh, good morning. I see you all are ready."
Very much so.
Yeah, we were discussing how dragons are apparently very hard to deal with.
Oh,
No funny? Okay.
oh, are they? I'm used to just every dragon being roughly the same strength, so.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was trying to make a joke.
Oh,
I got your joke. Don't worry about it.
it was not
Oh,
very
oh,
funny.
that's good. Oh, okay.
Miss Corvant, I like you a lot. I
Oh.
don't like a lot of people. I like you.
Thank you. I see that you are very horny. Because of the horns, no?
Yeah, I am less horny than I used to be. I will say that.
Understandable.
But your horns look like they're the same size.
Well, and I lift my hair, and you can see that I only have the one. I'm missing one of my horns.
Is it does it look like it was taken out, or is it like it just was never there?
It looks like it has been snapped off. Like there is a jagged piece where it used to be, like right there, and it is little has a little jagged like circle where it was, and the whole thing is white, but you can tell where they're used, like right at the base where it meets my skin, it used to be lavender, like my other one that has gold crackles through it, but the one that's missing is like lightning scars basically going down into my skin, and that's the little bits of like white that you're seeing like peek through my hair a little bit, but the actual stub itself is all white.
So,
What happened to you?
you know, like,
Go ahead.
I don't know who to
you
answer.
know-
You both are talking at the same time.
sorry, yeah, we both started talking at the same time. But you know when somebody like sees like someone that lost a limb and then like grabs at that limb, that you see Thatcher kind of like grab at that mirrored horn a little bit, like imagining how much that would hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You're like reaching at me or at your own horn?
No, he's reaching at his
My
own.
own horn.
Okay, yeah, I was
horn.
gonna say I would
If I had the cam-
immediately
if I
punch
had
you in
the
the
cam, yeah.
face.
You know, no, if I had my camera, you'd see what I was doing. But
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll say what the hell happened to you?
I don't know you well enough to tell you about one of the most traumatic things that's ever happened in my life, but maybe we'll get there.
Touche. And then I'll kind of rub my arm in remembrance of some other like as if I'm remembering something. And then I'll look over to Mrs. to Miss Dragonborn, and I'll say, when do we start?
We must first look around town. We are looking for a humanoid-looking individual who may have some information on the assailant.
Do you know a name, or
Yes,
there's quite a...
we are looking for a man who goes by Savage.
A savage. All right.
That's the whole name. It's Savage.
That is
Sounds more.
the name I have gathered.
Seems more like a title than a name.
titles are cool. I'm gonna be real.
A name is just something you go by. Really, anything could be a name.
To be fair, my name is Vice.
That is correct.
And I may be calling you Miss Silver because I have terrible memory on how to pronounce your name.
Oh, this will be a long journey. I can already feel it in my scales. Alrighty. Oh, she like stretches a little bit. And then you see as like she finishes stretching, her clothes transform back into like the partially armored outfit that she's wearing. Are we ready to go?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Wonderful. Are you all from this area?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm
Ma'am.
from the Merciful, which isn't too far off.
Would they perhaps have information?
I don't want to go there.
We can ask around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
They would not, I can tell you now, even if you did, even if they knew anything, they wouldn't help you. They, especially if I went with you, we did not leave on good terms. It would not help you.
I understand. Well, perhaps somebody else will know then. Any places in mind that you all may have experienced that we could look at?
Well, with a name like Savage, I'm sure some people might have heard of him. Is he from here, or is he just, like, here?
I have just been told to ask on the northern part of this continent, so here we are.
Alright.
Actually, DM, I'd like to. Can I roll a history check to see if I've heard that name passing around before?
You can, sure.
Could I also?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get on. I'll get on that.
Okay.
Back to back. Thinking about stars again.
I will say, does this have to do with anything resulting, or not? Does the name have anything to deal with a fae fiend
No.
or an undead?
Yeah,
It's
I
just an
imagine
name.
it's such
Very
a
important.
roll of advantage.
It is
Yeah,
just
very
an name.
important. Blood Hunter.
Yeah, very important. Very important.
Yeah, I imagine
Yeah.
as such. That's why I just got a 7.
10.
None of you have heard this name before.
No.
Well, best place to start asking is at the barkeep. Have you asked them?
No, I have not asked them. I was too busy trying to find guards. And I have you. You are very beautiful and wonderful, and several of you are horny. Therefore, we are in good company.
Hector, like, looks around at the group.
I'll walk over to the barkeep and be like,
Good morning.
"Hi. I was just wondering. We're beginning a search. We're looking for some guy called Savage. Have you heard about him before?"
No. I have not. Is that his, like, given name?
We're unsure. We know he goes by it now, though. Do you know where might be somewhere here to ask about him?
Well, it depends. If it's a name like that, you might want to check the blacksmith.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Alright, oh
Go
hey,
back to the group.
while you're over there,
yeah.
can you go and deliver this for me, please? As he hands you a bottle of brandy.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll turn around to the blacksmith and like walk out of the town.
I'm gonna follow her immediately.
We'll look back at the name. The silver dragonborn.
Corvant.
Corvant. Gotta write that down. Look it over.
Sandra Corvant.
Sandra.
I'll
It's
look it up,
just
Miss
Corvant.
Sandra. I'll look it up. Look at Sandra. I'll say, we're gonna go this way, and we'll be back shortly. Is there anything else you need us to do on our way there?
She's like, you realize I am the one that needs the information. Why would I not just go with you?
Well, that's true. If, yeah, didn't think about that. You first.
she,
Now, like, step aside.
she just kind of smirks and walks out.
Before I go, I take a loaf of bread, I rip one end off, hollow it out, and then just shove a bunch of like eggs and bacon or sausage in it and carry it as we are leaving.
All right.
Before we leave, I'll go ahead and put on my shirt and my jacket and
Mm-hmm.
bag and go ahead and put on my sword. Head out the door and follow everybody.
All right. Cool. Yeah. As you do that, cool. You guys all head out of Pepitas, and you all begin to head over to the Oaken Forge, or the Oaken Anvil. My bad. As you start to make your way over there, and you approach it. And you see there's a couple people who are standing outside. With there being a sign on the door saying "Under New Management," and below that, and it's weird. It seems only you guys can really see this part. But underneath that it says, "Next time on the Three Kingdoms, Ahlexria, we will continue our investigation or start our investigation on the murder of Ciandra's father, as well as figuring out what is going on and seeing the group kind of grow and develop more as time goes on. We have so much stuff to do in this world and explore. And I think we're just now, it feels like we're just breaking new ground, and yet feels like this has been a world that has been months in the making, So, exciting stuff. Real quick before we leave, I do want to say thank you to those of you who followed us. I want to try to do this going forward. But I want to thank Dismal Paradise, Ben Eldhitch, and Dark Horse 1975. Thank you so much for following. You all are appreciated. Thank all of you for watching. You all are wonderful and amazing. And I hope you guys come back whenever we stream these stories again. We do have 2 other kingdoms, obviously in the title 3 kingdoms. Those will be on Friday at 7:30 p.m. EST and 11 p.m. EST.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Did I
not-
say the wrong day?
You-
I said the wrong
Tuesday.
day.
You said Friday.
I'm
You're
so
so
sorry.
tired.
I'm
It's
so
okay.
tired.
You're so
Tuesday
tired.
at 7:30 p.m. and Tuesday at 11 p.m. both EST. Come check us out. Or if you want a more modern twist, come out actually on Friday and watch Finals and Fables with the lovely Clover and the lovely Miss Luna. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful night and stick around. We're about to have a little something going on for those of you who want a little teaser into some stories going on. But until then, everybody, what do we say to our lovely audience as we head out?
Thanks for watching.
Appreciate y'all.
I'll
Thank
see you later,
Thank for
alligator.
hopping out. Thank you for staying so long.
Yes,
So
yes.
7 different things.
Exactly.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you all
Bye.
later.
Bye.
As we step away from the Tavern of Pepitas, inside the mind of Vice's head, inside of Vice's very soul, you hear, "You think acts of charity will keep you safe. But deep down we know. We know what's going to happen." You can run, But in due time, every chrysalis shatters to a new day.